Hey there, Sound Bites. Frequency here. Today we're going to dive into the world of Craftopia. We're going to look at some pros, some cons, and see if it's worth your time. In the character customization, you're going to find we do have limited choices, but for an early access game, it does have more features than what we thought it would. Choose between some face customizations. You're also going to get skin tone. You can choose your eyebrow color. You can also choose your eye color. You can choose male or female. In the hair section, they do have a few. They could expand on this, help give some more customized creations for people. They're thinking about opening the workshop. Here soon they are going to add more races. Gonna get more than just human. Let's go ahead and create this world and get into some gameplay. Start you off on a beach. You're gonna find chests. There's gonna be NPCs on the dock. Run around, be a little miscreant, break open some barrels, get some crafting materials. They do have swimming. You can also fish. These are two wonderful pieces right off the bat. Into the skill tree, you're gonna have basic stuff. You're gonna have combat. We also have magic. There's gonna be housing, and then decorations. You can reset this for free. I haven't done it yet, but I think you can do it once. Various mobs are gonna drop various crafting materials. You'll find that on the fly, you do have a crafting tab. It's gonna have limited supplies that you can craft. But inside of here, you're gonna have things like your sticks. You're gonna be able to make planks and stuff that help you get to elevated areas. You can also craft pickaxes and axes, which will help you with farming. Into farming, let's go get our hands tough on some rocks. Till we get enough stone, we're gonna go ahead and make a pickaxe when we get the chance. You'll find that all of this goes very quickly and smoothly. I like the transition. Then after you get tough up on some rocks, we're going to go ahead and make an axe. Get some wood quicker. Leveling up is also a very quick thing in this game. I do enjoy that. It makes it pleasurable. It doesn't feel like it's an ultra grind. Till higher level. Higher level has a little more work to it. Going over here, now we got our pickaxe. We're going to go ahead and start swinging away at some rocks. You will find that various different rocks are going to give you stuff like sand, you're going to get stone, and those are all going to go towards your pool of crafting materials. One thing they do have in here are dungeons. Every dungeon entrance is going to look like that. Most dungeons are very linear. They're all the same so far. Mob variety inside of the dungeons really isn't there. You're going to find some skeletons. Mob variety later on is going to consist of goblins. You're going to find flying shaman. They're going to heal each other. Things like that. They'll have bombs. On the fly, you'll find out that you could break your weapons. But these are things that you can craft and repair while you're out on the field. So it makes for a better playability time. I know in games like Breath of the Wild, once it's broken, it's broken. Moving over, every dungeon is going to have a boss hallway. It's going to lead to a portal. Inside these portals, you're going to find the boss. They only have 2 boss variations in the game right now. It's very limited, and one of the main problems you're going to find is that all the bosses drop the same loot every time, so you kind of stop picking that up. At the end, you're going to find a variation of 5 chests. They all have hit or miss loot in them. I haven't found anything spectacular until I've made it to the 4th world, where you get better weapons and stuff. There's going to be many variations of these items, so you'll find that your inventory fills up quickly. Moving on, we're going to have a teleporter. This is going to allow you to transfer yourself between worlds. These are going to cost crafting materials, and the farther you move into these, the more advanced and level scaling you're going to find goes on with this. Drop us in a desert world. This is where I found my first time attack. This consisted of hoverboards. When you get in, you have a timer, and during these events, if you make it to the end, you win. Now, the thing that makes these nice is the currency that you get at the end, which is used to upgrade stats with Anubis, which is the god up in the sky. I find these little events quite fun. None of them have been really challenging. I think they're more of a fun spin on things to do. It adds variation and variety. At the end of it, you're going to find loot just like you would in a dungeon with a boss. At the end of each dungeon, you are going to find loot. And like I said, the variations of those are going to depend on what world you're in and how far you are and what level you are. Next, you're going to find that there is going to be an armor crafting system, things to help you take less damage. You're going to be able to make armors. You can wear rings. There's shields. You have amulets. Over to the Frontier Age. This is where you're going to advance your world. You're going to gather materials, and you're going to help yourself to unlock new advancements in technology through the industrial ages of what stages our world would have been. And this is going to give you access to better crafting items. You're going to travel to more worlds to get better crafting materials. Over here, you're going to find that they have a gacha system. It's like Pokemon. You can go ahead and craft what are essentially Pokeballs. You can run around, damage mobs like you would in Pokemon. And the more damage you do, the easier it's going to make it to capture them. They will be weakened. They'll be more susceptible to being caught inside of the ball. Not only can you catch monsters, you can also run around and you can catch humans. You can catch demi-humans, cows, sheep, and these do serve a purpose besides just capturing them. You are going to have them, and you could put them on a rotary wheel, which is going to generate electricity for you. That's a part of your advancements. Now let's get into the pros and cons of what we feel this video has for us. In here, you're going to find some of our pros. Those are going to be things like the implemented mechanics between fishing, swimming, vehicles. The mob variations, not too bad. They can add some as they patch the game. The scaling difficulty from going from world to world. The colors are very, very beautiful and vibrant. It's got a lot of replayability, and you have multiplayer. It is buggy. The price versus fun is there for me, and there's tons of things to craft, and they've been very diligent about updating and patching it very quickly. Moving on, we're going to go to the cons. It is an early access game, keep that in mind, so you are going to find many, many bugs. Like I said, multiplayer, it is very unstable right now. Bosses, you stop picking up the loot because they are just going to drop the same thing every time. Combat is clunky and stiff. There are no physics mechanics. Playing with friends is hard through the use of multiplayer. Hitboxes are a little bit smaller. Those can be fixed, and the optimization isn't there. I do lose a lot of frames from time to time. So when getting into that, you know, you're going to find times where even out here in a normal world like this, where there isn't much going on, as you notice up in the top right, my frames are low. I am rocking a higher end system, so you know, if performance is fixed and things like that, I have a feeling it's going to bring in many more people. The game is fun. I have been enjoying it. The concept of it is great. They have a very rock solid foundation. They came in strong. They even delayed their own release date for early access because they felt that they weren't ready for it. So good props on the dev team for deciding to do that. This is something that I feel has great promise in the gaming world. This is going to be a much higher end looter survival game with RPG aspects in it. And I feel that them implementing more and more systems as time goes on, it is going to get a lot better. They do have a HUD display. You can turn it off. You could play the game like that if you wanted to. Ultimate survival mode. You're never going to know if you're hungry or what your health is. But then you never know what's on your hotbars. So at this point, I would go ahead and give this game an 8 out of 10 and say that it's got a very solid foundation, and I look forward to what they have coming in the future. So thank you all Soundbites for being here. Have a wonderful day.